everybody. Welcome to another episode of the YesKingz podcast,
where the Z stands for
Zaddy.
Oh, you ain't know how we was coming. You must not be listening. You're now tuned in to the YesKingz podcast. Oh, they listening now.
Tell us about your time at the Red Dress Run. Did you enjoy yourself? What happened?
Yeah, we didn't even go. I'm not gonna. I don't. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing was to go.
Right.
And it would have been a wonderful experience for him. At least this would be his first experience to go to Red Dress Run. But at least he got to see a little bit of New Orleans.
I mean, I did get to, for it being my first time ever to that event or
Right.
to New Orleans, I would have loved to have experienced a little bit more of the food from here.
Yes.
But, you know, considering what our mission statement was,
Right.
I don't think it would have been practical for us to eat some of this stuff. But I did get some good gumbo.
Definitely.
And I was glad about that.
And we did go to the pool party that was the part of the Red Dress Run. So let me get it right. Is this the Red Dress Run now a pride now?
Okay. So that's where I think a lot of people were having issues because they were saying like they took a charity, like we as Black people, Black queer people took a charity event to and decided to make it a time for us to come together. But again, we're talking about numbers.
Yeah.
And when you have an event of that size and you have corporate sponsors who are putting in millions and millions of dollars, they want to see
The money.
hundreds and thousands of people. So whether it was another New Orleans Black Gay Pride event, or whether it was, women out there, against domestic violence, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it was about having numbers, seeing people in red dresses, getting the corporate sponsors, those types of things. So we're going to always turn events where we can get together into, and it's about men wearing dresses.
But for me, I mean, considering the fact that half the Pride's events in Florida has been taken away, why not? I mean,
Exactly.
Why not? Yeah. Act
I
on
think
that.
it adds a balance.
I'm just trying to navigate. I'm just trying to remember, like, when did it happen? Because I know when you and I went back in, I think we went in 2017.
It was 2017 or 2018.
Yeah, we were still,
Yeah, we were just friends. We were not
friends.
together. We were actually in other relationships with other people.
Yeah,
Right.
And so it wasn't that heavy. Like, the streets weren't that heavy with the Red Dress Run people. But I think this time I didn't want to go because the humidity in the French Quarters the night before.
I agree.
We went through there, and I was sweating bullets.
Facts.
There's only a few that you're going to see. Everyone's going to do.
It was very
too hot out
Like
there.
disrespectfully high.
And I just did not want to go. One, I didn't have a red dress. And then even though we had like red shorts and red shirts and things, at the end of the day, it was very, very hot. Across the street from us, some of our social media friends were across the street. They went, when they came back, it looked like they were rolled hard and hung out to dry.
Put away wet.
And put away wet and hung out to dry
Yeah.
because they were just going through. But I did see a lot of the people that were out there, they had those, I don't know what they call polar fans, where it fans and it shoots water. So I think of that kept a lot of people, cool.
Can we talk about the details on where we were
Yes.
staying and stuff? 'Cause
Yes.
baby,
Yes.
I do have a question though. When did it originate, the Red Dress Run?
I would say back in when did I first go? I went 2 years. No, I went the same year you went, and it was just the Red Dress Run.
Right.
So I don't know when they started making it pride, or even when they started it. But the event or the cause is the cure for AIDS.
No, cancer.
Cancer. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't go for the breast cancer awareness, or I go because it's a time to get together with friends.
Camaraderie.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, am I concerned about that cause? Of course I am.
It concerns male and female.
Exactly. Just like I would be concerned about the cause if it was for HIV, or if it was for any other type of chronic disease, heart, whatever. But I think it's important to understand that yes, we came for this, but we're going to come in this capacity, support y'all's event. You guys get the numbers. We get to have an opportunity to have a great time with our friends and people in our community.
Enjoy the city.
And enjoy the city.
Also, I wish, I'm going to get emotional here, but I wish Dad could have got that when he had stage 4 cancer.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, wow.
My dad too.
Yeah, he did.
My dad too.
He had the same one,
And
right?
our fathers had the same exact cancer. That's why that happened to them, but it will not happen to us. And so I'm grateful for the strides that they have made and the things that they are doing. However, at the same time, I just think it's important that we understand there's nothing wrong with having a sub-culture support a bigger cause.
Right.
One more thing I want to say about cancer is please watch what you eat, because it's also chemicals embedded in our food nowadays.
It's also important that we check and make sure we do our checks, because early detection can prevent
Definitely.
future problems.
Definitely. We're very excited that we did have an opportunity to go to the Red Dress Run. One of the things I wanted to point out was where we stayed. So tell me, how did you feel about where we stayed? What that experience was like for you? And then what was it like for you, Will?
Well, I did like it at first. I was like, okay, it's nice. The place was nice. And then the inside was great.
Right. Our Airbnb looked amazing.
It looked amazing.
Until I started noticing, certain rules and regulations. Like, they had a city ordinance where you had to be. It was called quiet time from 10 p.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning. How the house is set up, it's like a how should I say, like a duplex.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the times you see like the house is split in the middle.
Right.
But this time it was stacked on top of each
Right.
other.
Up and down
Kind of
duplex.
like how brownstones
Yes.
in New York or
Right.
And there was a family upstairs.
Right. That was staying in the Airbnb
And
upstairs.
The first day, right, I was laying in the bed, and all of a sudden I heard all this noise with kids. It's like, oh, okay, here we go with this mess.
Right.
And they were just
Loud,
playing and
running,
stomping and all that old craziness.
You're talking about the Airbnb. It just seemed like the walls were kind of thin.
Thin,
kind of
right.
thin.
And you woke up and they heard you. We heard all of that in the morning.
The first day.
Yes.
The first day we were in there, the first hour, they were making noises.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, that's okay. Hopefully they'll they get tired and stop making all that noise after a while. But then I found out that they reported us the last 2 days.
Side note, I just want to point out that anytime when Monty starts looking like this, that means it's getting ready to be a motherfucking problem. Carry on.
They reported us for making noises or whatever.
Being loud.
Yeah, for being loud. And I guess we all had to adjust to that because we're not used to
that.
at all.
Our walls ain't that thin. So.
Right. And then not only that, I think I had no problem with the noise ordinance. I just want to say that. Okay.
It was just remembering.
It's remembering it. And because we loud, especially like once we smoke, like we are loud, we have fun. I become a preacher. And it was so funny. Babe is right. They did report us 2 nights. Mm-hmm. Now we didn't report them.
Yeah, we didn't.
With they loud kids, but they definitely
clacking shoes.
Right. But we had a good time overall.
Yeah.
And I will say this: one of the highlights of the trip for me was when the girl from about 2 or 3 Airbnbs down, she was high and drunk, and she was telling how she was about to beat everybody's ass. She was gonna kick all of our ass. And the Airbnb next door to us were girls from Detroit. These was some studs.
They was Motown
and
girls.
thugs from Detroit. Baby, I can tell you this. Listen, that girl was talking all that shit to them. The girl was on the porch, was like, she don't want none of this. And I told that girl, I said, girl, you need to stop. These girls are from Detroit.
I had no idea what she was even complaining about. Like, she was talking all kind of crazy.
Like, come on, I'll blow these Airbnbs up. Yeah.
I grew here, you flew here.
And then we was on our way to go. We was on our way to the pool party, I think. And then you said, we were going on our way to the chicken spot, right?
Well,
brothers.
We were brothers that night.
Yeah.
But the crazy part was she stayed down at that end. But once everybody like went in the house, then she was walking up and down because when I came out to smoke, she was walking up and down like, thought y'all go in the house, thought y'all wasn't about that life. I said, girl, we was out here for like 2 hours. Like, what are you talking
I
about?
want to hear your foolishness in these last and evil days.
On top of that, y'all, right? This was past the 10 a.m. curfew. She was outside.
But again, she wasn't in the Airbnb.
Yeah,
so.
But she was out there on that street where the cops were.
But she didn't have to be governed by somebody else if it was her house.
We were right around
Yeah,
the jail.
Police just
Or what, with the jail, or was it the
police
police precinct or whatever?
precinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
Yeah, we were. I don't want to say it. I think we were in the hood.
But we were. It was convenient to what everything we needed to.
It was
get
nice
to.
on the inside. I love that. The place was very nice to stay. Yeah,
Very much so.
I would go. I would go back again. I think.
I definitely would like to go again because like I said, I always wanted to go to experience like the food and the culture. And I know a lot of times going to places around events like that, you don't really get to, get like the real stuff, because a lot of times when you get big events like that, a lot of us, like when Pride comes to Atlanta, a lot of us be thinking like, oh, I'm ready, let's go somewhere else because I don't want to deal with all the riffraff that's going to come or the traffic or anything else. Let's just go get away from it.
A lot of locals that have prides in their city, they like to go to other cities because they don't want to be bothered.
Which we're considering even doing this year. We're considering going to the beach. So, we don't know if we want to be involved with everything because it's a lot.
Well, I'm always down for a beach.
Baby, we love the beach.
I am.
We done seen the pride for September and
And we're zaddy. And at this point, we're zaddy. So it's like,
we got what we need.
Right, we've done so much. We've been blessed to do so much. God has really given us so much opportunity to experience so much life. So I think now it's like for us, it's about money. It's about a check. If I'm not, why am I going if I'm not getting paid? We trying to, we trying to work on our second and third millions. We're not trying to like sit up here and just be like, oh, whatever. We're really trying to y'all can go party, kick it, drink, go to the sex for all of that's wonderful. And believe me, we still turn up. However, our priorities are just a little bit different. But I will say this. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna make it funny.
Go ahead.
If you want us to stay, you gotta pay.
Come on. The Zaddy Baddies, we do not show up for free unless it is something that we're doing together to have fun, together.
But something that's gonna promote something lucrative for us later.
Exactly.
Because we done did the going out and all that stuff.
Very much so. And I think it's very important that we understand, we don't have to.
Mm-hmm. And that don't mean we don't go out every now and again.
Well, I'm gonna tell it like it is. I don't go out no more. I'm done.
You interrupted him.
Sorry.
You don't want to say that because then when they see you
out,
out then they're going to be like, oh, well, what happened to you don't go out no more?
Right.
I'm getting paid now, Garrett.
Believe me, if you see us, it's because there's a check involved one way or another.
One way or another.
Because even when we were at the event in New Orleans, the pool party, at the end of the day, everything was still about networking and meeting people and figuring out who we can work with and what can, it's always about a check for me. So, but we had a good time.
And And it was also good to see old faces. And,
Old and new.
old and new. And
Him,
and also
Mr. Popular.
who?
Child.
You were the popular one.
For the most part, Will and I stayed in one spot. Will walked around one time. I stayed in one spot the whole entire night. This one worked the whole entire thing.
We would say the room, but it was an entire facility.
Baby.
It was so interesting how they had their setup. I've never been to an event where they had a pool inside.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, this is totally off subject, not for refilming. I just want to make sure we remember to tell you. The moment we walked in to the hotel room last night, the first words we heard was, "Where's Monty?"
Sure did. So I told Bear, I said, we gotta make sure to tell Monty that because he ain't gonna believe. He gonna be like, they ain't be
The
saying that.
moment we walked in,
The first thing.
we didn't
Where's
have our
Monty?
clothes off. The moment.
Sure did. I said, well, let
I
me
said-
go back my ass on back into the car.
I said, child, these people love you.
Well, I guess
All
I'll be
right,
on
so
my
listen,
way.
everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of
The Yes Kings Podcast. Stands for
Zaddies. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and
Share.
Share it with
All
someone
right.
you love.
We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, guys. See ya. Bye.
Oh, you ain't know how we was coming. You must not be listening.